Hey, I'm Sean, and this is my story. I grew up typical family. Me and my sister, two parents, very loving, wonderful grandparents. The only thing that we lacked is we didn't attend church very often. We attended church some when I was small. We attended church when I was with our grandparents, but our schedule was extremely full, and we were always on the go. It seemed like, and we just for some reason or another we didn't attend church. My parents they grew up in churches, and they tried to instill the Christian belief on me as a child. Somewhat successfully. I knew who God was, and I knew a lot of the stories of the Bible, the more common ones, but we just didn't attend church. I spent a lot of time working, a lot of time doing things that now I realize that weren't so positive. I look back on that now, and that's one thing that I wish that I could change, but you can't. So my story is that I grew up loosely related to God, understanding but not following. So I knew who God was, but I just didn't follow what He taught. I got a little older. I went to church with my first wife for a limited time. For about 6 months, I believe we went. It didn't click. Something was wrong. I don't know if it was the church, if I wasn't prepared, if I didn't put 100% effort into it, or what, but it didn't work. I quit going again for a long time, and in 2012 my stepdaughter asked me why I didn't attend church with them. And after making up several excuses over a few weeks, maybe a few months, in January of 2012 she finally beat me down enough that I decided I'd go and give it a shot. And here I am. We went to Grassy Cove Methodist Church. It was a wonderful thing. I loved hearing Monica preach, and it clicked in me instantly. We wanted to further our faith and our knowledge, and with Grassy Cove only offering a Sunday service, we then transferred to Homestead to get to attend more services and have more options. Since 2012, mine was kind of the Big Bang Theory. I was a believer but not a follower, to an instant follower believer, life-changing, stop the world moment. It was it's pretty traumatic in how fast it can happen, but it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, without question. The more I read, the more classes I attend, the more I realize how forgiving God truly is, and how when you pray with sincerity, how God forgives you, and how God opens His arms up, and kind of like a hug from a parent when you're a small child. You could be injured mentally or physically or whatever, and you get that hug, and it just kind of soothes your soul. And I dove into the Bible and to learning so much so fast that God just jumped in and He kind of soothed my soul, and He's made things right. It hasn't always been perfect, obviously. I have regrets that God brought to my attention that I may not have noticed when I wasn't truly following. But overall, I wouldn't change a thing. It's been a great transformation for me. I don't know if I would have had the same transformation anywhere else. I don't know. But I do know that this church and you people and Monica and everyone else that has helped me along this way has influenced my life forever. I'm extremely grateful. Now my story, I don't have, like some stories, they have extremely heartfelt moments. I really don't have that. I have a 7-year-old little girl nagging her stepdad to go to church. Finally, she beat me down enough that I decided that I would do it, and I haven't looked back since. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. But since Haley and Vicky have become part of my life several years ago, church is now extremely important to me. I am ever growing in my faith, and I'm trying to grow as a leader in this church. I kid everybody that I must have done something really bad in my life, and I'm being punished by God now because I'm married to Vicky. So she knows that that's a joke, and I care for her and Haley to the nth degree. So my story's not very exciting, but this is my story. Is it yours?